I felt truly blessed to have the opportunity to speak to an industry professional when it comes to beauty on a deeper level. Something that is a little bit more permanent, but less permanent, one might say. To answer all those questions and more, this is my interview with Gordana. Hello, Gordana. Welcome to Gaslight.
Thank you. I know Gaslight very well.
Yes, you do.
20 years maybe?
Yep.
Long time.
One word for Gordana is ISO wipes.
I love ISO wipes. They're the best.
I saw that online.
You did?
To me, that shows a point of difference because you're looking at hygiene and you're looking at customer needs as well because you're working in a
professional environment. I'm working with a doctor.
Yep.
So my point of difference is that I'm working with a cosmetic tattooist. A cosmetic doctor as a cosmetic tattooist. So I want to be able to offer my clients medical creams, things that I wouldn't be able to offer if I had my own room.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I find is a good point of difference. You need to spend as much time with them on the initial treatment as you do on the final treatment to give you the results that you need.
To me, that's somebody talking from a medical grade, for example.
I'm trying to...
When I've had some surgery done on my own face as well, it was like that as well. It was a procedure. There were certain steps involved as well. It wasn't a package deal.
Exactly. And I mean, I customize my clients too because I'm not like a stamp style of tattooing.
Yeah.
If someone walks into me and they've actually got because I've seen a lot of before and afters where I've gone, gee, the before's not bad, but gee, what have they done to the after? Why would you give them that much hair for their age or to go a different direction? It wouldn't incorporate with that person's look. So I'm a big believer in start minimal and build the brow so that you can't tell it's tattooed.
I think that's the key thing is even I was a little bit skeptical because when I started back in makeup artistry 25 odd years ago.
Oh my God, you both.
When I had my eyebrows done in a few salons, they were like, would you consider getting anything done permanent? And that's exactly what you've spoken of.
Do you know what? We could do something permanent if you wanted to on your brow.
But I was talking about
very little.
back in the day when there were those blue.
Oh my God.
Blue tinges, and it was like a solid line, literally a solid line across there. There was no feathering, there was no microblading or anything like that. And to me, that was mortifying because I was just like, the appeal was there instead of having to colour my eyebrows and the parts there, but the technology wasn't there. And
the technology is changing.
Wasn't there. Yeah, I do agree. And then, I'll be honest with you, because I work that way, I was very cynical as well. Cause
I bet.
when somebody from Gaslight got their eyebrows done with you originally, and they had to go in a second time, I was like, see, what's the point? What's the point if you have to go a second time?
Yeah.
But understanding what you meant by that, when you said it's in the manual, you have to go back.
I always tell everybody that this is not a permanent fix. Unlike the hands, where, I wear gloves and both of my hands have a different blue-grey colour here than they have the rest of the body.
Sure.
Because it's constantly being saturated in sweat through gloves. So what people need to understand is if you're a swimmer or if you go out in the sun a lot or if you have certain medications that alter things on your skin situation, acidity, alkaline levels, everything changes the way you heal. You are much better off healing to a warmer colour as it disappears than you are to a blue-grey. Blue-grey is the hardest tattoo colour to eliminate.
Here at Gaslight, we do have lots of people that go through different stages in life, for example, accidents, losing a finger, cancer, etc.
Yeah.
On a personal level, my mother had a double mastectomy about 3 years ago.
Wow.
It's something that I don't talk a lot of, but writing on my blog, I had such an overwhelming response to that that I was like, okay, I feel a little bit obligated that I felt to write about my journey, which was actually cathartic for me as well.
It's important because other people will pick up something from your journey. They'll help them get through that part of their journey.
But the one thing that I kind of regretted and loved at the same time was when my mum said, I was having breakfast, my mum said, would you like to see them? And I was like, yeah, sure. Whoosh. And it was like, that was something that a son didn't need to see about his mother.
I know.
But at the same time, in that split second, she said to me, I said to her straight away, the question was, and how does it make you feel? And she said, I don't know if I'm a man or a woman anymore.
Wow.
Because result was her femininity, losing her
Yeah.
breasts. So in that split second, I had that second to
Wow.
actually say the right thing, which was, you are the same person
To me,
even without your breasts.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
I agree.
it was just what she needed to hear. She did have the fake breasts that she
Sure.
wears now, but she probably wouldn't have their nipples replaced.
Ariel.
The medical tattooing that you do, what would you say would be the list that you've had so far? Even though you have an open mind to people coming to you and proposing something, etc., what have you done so far that you're confident with?
Okay, so I've just started doing some hairline tattooing for people who lose area of hair in the beginning of their sort of growth. So basically they'll still have thick hair, but maybe during childbirth, or they've had chemo, or something's happened and they've lost some hair, I can actually go in and tattoo a shadow that makes it look so natural that they feel more confident. So there was a woman who had an amputated finger, and I thought, can I give her a fingernail? That's what she wanted. It was a request, and I thought, I don't know, I'll give it a go. And it turned out great. You know, they're the things that you need to work on again, because colours like light colours need to be added again. So there's probably a little bit more sessions involved. However, there's also scar camouflage. So if someone has that vitiligo, because whilst I can actually level their skin and make it look perfectly matching, because they're being it's being rejected, their color on their skin, there's a reason it rejects the pigment as well.
Right.
So most of the time in those cases, you have to think, if someone's coming in to see me with eyebrows and their eyebrows are fairly thin in certain areas, I will explain to them that, look, you may need an extra session, because if your body is rejecting the follicle, it may also reject the pigment, and therefore we may have to go in a second time. So it's not like you can't microblade oily skins or sensitive skins. It just means that they might need an extra 2 sessions.
Sure.
And some people are willing to pay that and happy to pay that as long as it looks natural.
Yeah. I've had that with vitiligo when I've had customers asking me about makeup, and I've even had staff members saying, use fake tan on the white bits and then don't put it on the other bits and the bits. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be a nightmare for the people.
Could you imagine?
Generally speaking, the only thing other than the Estee Lauder Camouflage I've used.
Hide you. Take it's perfectly clear. I love you and cover you.
In the past was just bronzing powder, because that would even out the 2 tones.
Yeah.
But,
or foundations.
yeah.
I mean, look, worst case scenario.
Or they're going to sit there with every little patch, white patch.
Well, they might have to.
Yeah,
And this is what I teach
unfortunately.
my clients after they've had their touch-up. This is what you do with your brow. If in case, in the interim, that before you can come and see me, it changes colour, you have the option of knowing what to do to your brow and making it look really good till you see me.
Sure.
And they're just little you know, advice tips that can help you stroke the areas that you're losing the definition in, and just by adding. So
And that's why we're doing what we're doing today, is really to show that at Gaslight, if there's something that we can't do, we have professionals like Gordana backed up as well to take it to the next level. So we have temporary solutions that can last for 24 hours or a few days.
Yeah.
Or something more permanent. But whenever it's permanent, you know, it's something that may need redoing. I think of it like white. If you're wearing black, you know, that absorbs heat. If you're wearing white, that bounces off heat and you stay hot indoors. Think of that, your skin like that. The pigment's going to bounce off it. There's nothing for it to adhere to, like in hairdressing.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that was really interesting, because people want, you know, one quick answer. And I know it's frustrating. I know they've had it their whole life.
And it's a skin thing too.
Yeah.
So you can say to 4 different people with similar skin, this is exactly how it's going to turn out. And then one of those people out of the 4 fantastic skins will go, oh, mine changed a little in colour. But I can actually say, don't worry, because I've been taught how to correct that. So if a colour changes and your tattoo changes, I know exactly what to do to fix it.
See, that's perfect. That's the confidence that we're looking for.
Yeah. Well, I studied for 4 years, a long time.
I'm still studying.
And I spend same. On the job, you still study, but it's important to do. It's like a mechanic. You don't want a mechanic who can walk in and say, I can fix your radiator, but I don't know what to do with the rest. What kind of a mechanic would he be?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you prefer to go to a mechanic who knows how to fix everything about your car? One-stop shop. So medical, eyebrows, eyeliner, and eyeliner too. There's a lot of people that are doing eyeliner with these big, massive, trendy flicks. And let's just say, I've had so many people come to me and they've gone, this was really great 10 years ago. Well, what do I do now? It's drooping my eye. I said, well, you've got two options. You've got a blef, and we can also recommend people for, I know people who do fantastic blefs. But the point is, they've got this eyeliner that sometimes the people who are doing the doctors that are doing the blefs are not sure what to do with that area because the eyeliner may stuff up the actual result.
Yeah.
So you do need to be very, very, very careful as to where you end a person's eyeliner.
So the key points I'm getting here are that the consultation is the key thing. The fact that Gordana was giving
I give you
her
information.
profession tasks as well. Like, I want you to colour this in. I want you to experience this. I want you to have experience in makeup before you come to me as well. Because if it's that alien to them, you're likely to get a really, really bad result.
Also, I do ask my clients, if they're not somebody who will wear makeup all the time, there's someone who walks out of the house with absolutely no makeup on, I'll say, there's the door, you have to leave. Because here's the thing, it does require a little bit of maintenance. And maintenance, let's face it, it's a little bit like if you're going to go blonde and you're a brunette, if you're not going to do the roots, you're going to look obvious.
Yeah. How would somebody go about booking you, for example, in Sydney versus Newcastle? How does that work?
So the number is the same. So you just ring in and you go, I'm looking at booking Gordana from Newcastle or Sydney, and the booking agents just put them into whatever area they want to go into. And good lighting. I love it.